Oladipupo. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? How are you doing today? You can type in the chat. Tell me how you're doing in the chat. I would like to know. Tell me how you're doing in the chat. I would love to know. Welcome everybody. How are you doing tonight? Hope your day was great. Hope you had a fantastic day. So tell me in the chat how you're doing, or you can just summarize your day in one word. You can summarize your day in one word. I would like to know how you are doing. Welcome to the session tonight. Welcome to this session tonight where we'll be talking about your best chance yet to get into tech. If you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. Um, use your reaction button to give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me loud and clear, please give me a thumbs up. All right, fantastic. So welcome to the session where we would be digging into your best chance to get into tech as a Nigerian. My name is Ayobami, and I am a data analyst. I also work as the head of training operations here at NIGERIAN Analytics, and I've been able to rack almost half a decade of experience in the data analytics and IT consulting space. And I was able to transition into the tech space a few years ago, and I'm hoping that the way I've helped hundreds of people transition into tech, I'll also be able to help you in your tech journey tonight. And that is exactly what we are focused here at Nebent Analytics. We help Africans unlock their talent, their potential. All right. And we've been around for about 2 years, and in just the space of 2 years, we've been able to help hundreds of Africans make the switch into tech. So if you're starting from scratch, whether you're starting from scratch or you're looking to level up your journey, Nebiat Analytics is where your journey begin. All right. And that is what we want to focus on tonight. So if you're joining us, wherever you're joining us from, be well aware that the session is recorded. All right. And we will be sharing the recording of the session with you after the call. Also, the slide that I'm using, we would be sharing that with you. All you need to do is to fill out the attendance form. All right. So we get your details and use that to send the recording to you guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you understood what I just said. Please give me a thumbs up if you understood what I just said. Thank you very much, Gloria, and call me and Oladipupo. Thank you, guys. All right, so let's take a quick look at our roadmap tonight. So, what would our journey be like tonight? First of all, since we are on a call where we want to talk about how you can get into tech, I will start by sharing the story of some people who had gotten into tech from non-tech background, and would also look at how you can do the same following in their footstep. All right. And then I have a special announcement for you guys at the end of the session. So if you're looking to start your journey, I have a special announcement for you, and then we'll have a little bit of Q&A. You get to ask me any questions, and then we will call it a night. The session would be very brief tonight. All right. There's a focus for the session, how to get you started in your tech journey. So, guys, allow me to share the story of Esther. Esther, like many of you on the call right now, started from non-tech. Started from a non-tech um, background. Esther finished from the School of Nursing. She was very passionate about nursing, and then she studied nursing and graduated from the School of Nursing. And while she was trying to navigate that journey, she was met with challenges. She was met with a lot of challenges, and at that point, it became very apparent that she needed to do more. She needed to empower herself to be more. And I'm sure a number of us are at that position right now where we want to add more value to ourselves. All right. This was the position where Esther was at the time, and she decided it was time to pursue tech. She decided it was time to pursue tech, and that was exactly what Esther did. Esther joined Nebiant Analytics and she signed up for our data analytics program in February. And guys, fast forward to 3 months later, after Esther joined the data analytics program here at Nebiant Analytics, Esther was able to break into tech by landing her first job in tech as a monitoring and evaluation analyst at Prower, working a hybrid job at Prower, Nigeria. Esther couldn't believe herself, all right, because Esther had, faced a lot of challenge in trying to transition into tech. There were times she felt overwhelmed. There were times she dealt so much with imposter syndrome, the same pandemic that a lot of newbies face when they get into the tech space. But she was able to scale through with the help of her mentor. All right. So I would like to inform you that every student that gets onboarded into our training program is assigned a mentor. So she met with her mentor, and her mentor was able to guide her, and she was able to scale. And that helped her in landing her first job as a monitoring and evaluation analyst. And this is what empowering yourself can do. From a simple decision that Esther made to get into tech, Esther was able to scale through and she landed her first job. A lot of us think, oh, there are no jobs in tech. That is not true. The only reason why you don't have a job is because you have not positioned yourself rightly for the job. In fact, if you check online right now, only on LinkedIn alone, and we probably would demonstrate that, only on LinkedIn alone, there are about 35,000 current job openings across data analytics, data science, and business analysis. And these are the best tech career paths that you want to focus in if you're a beginner looking to get into tech. So what's the job situation like? Let's take a look. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me open up my LinkedIn. All right. Let me open up my LinkedIn. Give me 1 second to open up my LinkedIn. I sincerely hope network would allow me to do that as quickly as I would like to do that. So let me show you what the job situation looks like across data analytics, data science, and business analysis. Are there job openings? Are there jobs that we can take up right now? Are there job openings that we can take up right now? Let's find out for ourselves. All right. Let's find out for ourselves. So allow me to um maybe also open Indeed. Maybe that would open up faster. Maybe that would open up faster. I only wanted to check LinkedIn alone. Great. My LinkedIn has opened up. Guys, if you can see my LinkedIn, please give me a thumbs up. If you can see my LinkedIn, please give me a thumbs up. Great. So let's look at the job opportunities that exist in data analytics. So I'm going to take my cursor to the search bar and search for data analysts. All right. I'm going to search for data analysts. I want to search for data analysts. Let's see if there are job openings in data analytics. And let's see how many of those job openings are currently available for us as Africans to grab. How many of such openings are currently available for us as Africans to grab? So let's wait for that to open up. My network is really amazing tonight. All right, but pardon me, guys. Let's just wait for this to open up. Let's see what Indeed is saying. All right, let me also search data analyst on Indeed. Let me also search data analyst on Indeed. Let me also search data analyst on Indeed. Oh, so data analyst for LinkedIn has opened up. So I'm going to click on jobs. Since that is what we're interested in, we want to see the jobs that are available for data analysts. So I'm going to click on jobs. I'm going to click on jobs and let's wait for that to open up. Let me see what's going on. All right, so my network is a bit slow, but I want to demonstrate this to you guys. I don't just want to tell you, I want you to see for yourself what the situation looks like in terms of job openings in tech. In terms of job openings in tech. All right. So you can see when I clicked on post, you can see a lot of urgent hiring. You can see urgent hiring, need data analysts, freshers and experience, need data analysts. A lot of people need data analysts, but I don't want post. I actually want to see jobs. So I'm going to click on jobs one more time. I'm going to click on jobs one more time so that it takes me to jobs. I don't know what is, you know what? Let me go home again. Let me go home and search for data analyst one more time. Data analyst one more time. All right. So I'm going to go again and click on jobs. My LinkedIn is really misbehaving tonight. And click on jobs. And maybe I also click on remote jobs. Great. So I'm going to now, this is where it gets interesting. All right. This is where it gets interesting. As an African, you don't want to restrict yourself to jobs available in Nigeria alone. So I'm going to delete this location and I'm going to type in EMEA. EMEA. That means Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So what are the jobs available for you as an African? You'll find those jobs in this region, the EMEA region. You'll find those jobs in the EMEA region. So let's search for data analysts in the EMEA region. This is taking longer than I expected, but let's just, I would just search for data analysts and then we will move on. I will search for data analysts in the EMEA region and then we will move forward. We will come back to this. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. All right. All right. Fantastic. So it has opened up and let's see what that looks like. So guys, let's see what that looks like. Great. So you can see in the EMEA region, as an African on LinkedIn alone, guys, take a look at this number. Guys, take a look at this number. Can you see the number I highlighted right here? Can you see the number that I highlighted right here? If you can see the number, please give me a thumbs up. If you can see this number, please give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. So this shows us how many current openings are there for data analysts in the EMEA region. Who can type that number in the chat? How many jobs are available for grabs? How many jobs are available for grabs as a data analyst in the EMEA region on LinkedIn alone? On LinkedIn alone, how many jobs are available for grabs? If you can get the number, if you can see the number, please help us type it in the chat. If you can see this number, please help us type it in the chat. 14,288, 228 jobs are currently available for grabs. And that is just LinkedIn alone. And that is only for data analysts. So that buttresses the points that I'm trying to make here. That currently there are about 35,000 global openings on LinkedIn across data analytics, data science, and business analysis. So the jobs are there, right? The jobs are there. So it's not a question of whether the tech space is saturated or not. The reason why you don't have one of those jobs to yourself is not because the market is saturated. Guys, you don't have one of those jobs to yourself because you lack four major things. If you'd like to know what you lack, why you don't have one of those jobs to yourself, please give me a thumbs up. Let me be sure that you are following me. And for those joining us, for those that are just joining us, you're welcome to the session. Be rest assured that the session is recorded. So in case you have missed anything, don't worry. You'll be able to catch up on the recording. All you need to do is fill out your attendance form, fill out the attendance form that my colleague will be sharing, and then you would get access to the recording. So let's get back to what we were talking about, guys. The reason why out of those abundance of available jobs. The reason you don't have one of them to yourself is because you lack four things. And I'm going to tell you what you lack. Number one thing you lack is pro level tech skill. All right. You lack pro level Excel skills. All right. So a lot of us think that we have, a certain level of skills in Microsoft Excel until you get to the job market and you discover that the kind of skill that you have is not sufficient to land you a job. All right. It's not sufficient to land you a job. So what you need is not just Excel skills. You need pro level Excel skills. So I want to ask you, if you consider yourself a pro in Microsoft Excel currently, please give me a thumbs up. You consider yourself a pro in Microsoft Excel, please give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. So Chibuzo, I'm going to come back to you. All right. I'm going to come back to you. So Chibuzo is a pro Microsoft Excel user. So Chibuzo should have a job already. I want to believe so. But if you don't consider yourself a pro level Excel user, give me a thumbs down. You don't consider yourself a pro level Excel user, give me a thumbs down. So one of the things you lack is pro level Excel skills, because that is what the job requires. So if you're going to land a job, you need to demonstrate, you need to prove that you have pro level Excel skills. The second thing that you lack is a project portfolio, the evidence of the skill you have. Businesses now require talents to demonstrate experience and demonstrate their skill. And you use a project portfolio to demonstrate that. And what is contained in a project portfolio? In a project portfolio, you have all the projects that you have worked on before using the tool that you claim you are good at. So for instance, Chibuzo, I expect that you have a project portfolio that has all the projects that you have worked on in Microsoft Excel. If you do that, Chibuzo, please give me a thumbs up. You have a project portfolio that demonstrates all your projects, that has all your projects in Microsoft Excel. Chibuzo, if you have that, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. So guys, if you don't have pro level Excel skills, you don't have a project portfolio that hosts all the work you have done before in Excel, these are some of the reasons why you've not been able to get one of those abundance of opportunities in tech. The third thing that you lack is personal brand visibility. All right. You lack personal brand visibility. What does that mean? If recruiters go online in search of talent, if a recruiter goes online in search of a talent, will they find you? Will they find you? If the answer to that question is no, then you are shooting yourself in the leg. And it's not just for them to be able to find you. What they find must also be very compelling for them to want to stop and take a look at your profile. So what does your LinkedIn looks like? Is your LinkedIn very compelling? Does it prove that you are somebody who knows what they are doing? Is it attractive to a potential recruiter? If the answer to that is no, then this explains why you've not been able to get one of those 35,000 jobs. So far, if you think you've been guilty of all these three things I've listed, so far, I was going to four, but so far, if you are guilty of the first three things I've listed, give me a thumbs up. You don't have pro level Excel skills, you don't have a project portfolio, your personal brand is not visible and compelling. Give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. So you can begin to see, all right, can begin to see why you're unable to position yourself for one of those jobs. And the last reason why you've not been able to get one of those jobs is because you don't have access to people that can guide you to where you can even get the job. A lot of people underestimate the power of mentorship. But like we say in Nigeria, follow who know what. Can you hear me complete it in the chat? Follow who know what. Type that in the chat very quickly. Follow who know. If you want to get somewhere fast, follow who know. Let's see if you know what I'm about to say. Follow who know road. Fantastic. So, and those people are mentors, people that have been there, done that. So you want to become a data analyst, you need to be mentored and guided by someone who is already a data analyst, who is already somewhere you want to be. Those people are able to guide you. So you can see, because you don't have any or all of these four things, you are unable to land a job. If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. Now, because of this, we've identified all of these problems, all right? We've identified all of these problems and we have come with a solution. We thought about it and we like, instead of just telling these people the problem, what if we profile a solution? And in a bid to provide a solution, we have come up with our Tech Elevator program, which is a 4-week intensive training where you get everything that I've talked about so far that you lack. Everything from pro level data skills. It will give you pro level data skills. It will give you a project portfolio that you can use to demonstrate your skill, to show to that recruiter that, see, I know what I am doing because I have worked on this kind of problem before. It will also make your personal brand not only visible, but also compelling, so that when recruiters go online in search of talent, they will stop when they come across your own profile, because it is not only visible, it is also compelling. And lastly, it will give you access to the right mentors, people who can guide you, people who have done what you are trying to do. So we have crafted out this program to solve the problem that you are currently facing. And it is our Tech Elevator program. And what does that look like? Let's take a quick look at what that would look like. So, but before I do that, I want to zone in on Chibuzo for a second. So Chibuzo was the only person that said he's a pro at Microsoft Excel. So let's look at what a pro Excel user would typically create. And because this is what you're going to be creating in this program. So in week one, all right, in week one, you will learn everything that you need to learn from the basics to be able to create this fantastic pro level Excel dashboard. A lot of us have worked on Excel, but we have not scratched the surface of what Excel can do. How many of you can believe that this right here that you can see on my screen was created using Microsoft Excel? This right here was created using Microsoft Excel. A number of us have said we've used Excel before, but have we created something like this, or have we conceived creating something like this using Microsoft Excel? All right. So this is what you're going to create by the time you are done with the first week. All right. And this is going to form part of your project that is going to be in your portfolio. All right. So you're going to learn the basics of Excel, everything that you need to learn to be grounded in Excel, and then you'll come out of that week with this project. All right. So let me show you what the project looks like in Microsoft Excel. All right, so you're going to start with this raw data. How many of you can see the raw data? How many of you can see the raw data? If you can see the raw data, please give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. So this is what the data looks like. And this is typically the problem that most businesses face. They have this kind of data, but they need somebody who is skilled enough to be able to help them transform this data into actionable insights. With this data, you really cannot get so much. So in a bid to analyze and present this, you would transform this data into pivot tables. All right, you create several pivot tables, and from those pivot tables, you're going to create several charts. And by the time you are done creating all the charts that you would use to analyze your data, you then create this fantastic dashboard to present your findings to the business stakeholders. So this is what the dashboard is going to look like by the time you're done building it. Guys, how many of you are excited with what you are going to build in week one? This is what it's going to look like. So this is Microsoft Excel. All right, this is what you are going to build. So that is your week one focus. All right, so in week one, you're going to focus on achieving this. Then in week two, we are going to take it a notch further, where you get to build this fantastic human attrition report for HR attrition to understand employee turnover, the rate at which people leave the organization, to help the business, optimize their retention strategies. So this also was created using Microsoft Excel. So again, I want to go back to someone like Chibuzo. Chibuzo, with your current level of Microsoft Excel skill, are you able to build something like this without a guide? Because this is what the recruiters are looking for. All right, this is what recruiters are looking for: pro level skills, pro level dashboard, not just any dashboard. If you want to get paid in dollars, you need to be able to demonstrate pro level skills. So Chibuzo, are you able to build something like this, or you still need to learn to be able to build something like this? Give me a quick response, and then we move on. So this is what your week two project is going to look like. You will build this fantastic HR attrition report. And in case you're still doubting whether this was truly created in Excel or not, let me open it in Excel also. All right, this is still Microsoft Excel. Let me set this to show ribbon, and I'm going to go to file and open the HR attrition dashboard in Excel. All right, so let me open the dashboard in Excel. Again, you are going to start from data. So this is the raw data, which makes no sense to a business. Business needs insight. So for you to analyze this data, you're going to create summary tables, which we call pivot tables. So you're going to create all these pivot tables, use it to analyze the data, and for you to present your findings, you will create this stunning dashboard in Microsoft Excel. So this is what the dashboard looks like in Microsoft Excel, guys. So by the end of the second week, this is what you will achieve. Guys, if you're excited, give me a thumbs up. If you're excited by what you would achieve by the end of the second week, give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. So this is what week two will look like. And then by the third week, we then want to focus on positioning you for the job. It's not alone to have a skill. It's not alone to have a skill. You also need to be positioned for the job. So in the third week, we are going to focus on creating an AI-powered CV that takes your CV from scoring 40 and below on the ATS to scoring 90 and above. All right. So you're going to learn how to create an AI powered CV that matches the job description fantastically well. You're going to learn how to create CV job matching. All right. Also, in the third week, you are going to learn to create a portfolio. Don't worry, you are not writing code, it's a low code environment. So you're going to build a website that will serve as your portfolio. If you remember, one of the things we said about a portfolio is the fact that it will serve as evidence. And recruiters right now are looking for evidence. Gone are the days where you just tell a recruiter, oh, I can do this. No, right now, recruiters need proof. And not a lot of people know this. But you are going to be at an advantage because we are going to help you, guide you to create your own personal portfolio website. All right. And it's going to look something like this. Let me show you mine. Let me show you mine. Let me show you what it will look like. All right, let me show you what it will look like. I pray this opens up very fast. I pray this opens up very fast so you can see what your portfolio will look like. Let me show you what your portfolio will look like. And you will tell me, if you see this kind of portfolio, will you hire this person or not? So we're going to make that decision together. All right. So you begin to position your mind. You begin to see where you will get to by the time you are done with this program. So let my portfolio open up very quickly. Let my portfolio open up very quickly. Guys, if so far this has been worth your while, please give me a thumbs up. If you're learning something, please give me a thumbs up so that I'm sure that you are following. Awesome. Thank you very much. So Guys, if you can see my portfolio, let me know. If you can see my portfolio, let me know. Fantastic. So this is my own website, which is my portfolio. So you have an introduction part, an about me part, and then you have a link that will guide the recruiter to your project. So you say, check out my portfolio. If I click on this link, it will take me to all the projects I've worked on before. So you can begin to see some of the projects that I've worked on before. All right, you can see some of the projects that I've worked on before, and most of these projects were projects that we built with our students. All right, that I decided to include in my portfolio because they are worthy enough. Actually, they are worthy enough to also be included in my personal portfolio because they are real world solutions. They are real world solutions. So what you're going to be learning to build are real world solutions. So you can see my first project. It's a logistics financing project that helps organizations to monitor the financial health of their logistics operation. I also have a retail dashboard here that focuses on, helping organizations monitor sales, inventory, customer behavior. A lot of projects, but I want to take you somewhere. Let me show you something. Let this load. I want to show you something so that you see that the projects you are building. DJ Orator says they can't see my screen. That DJ Orator. Please, guys, if you can see my screen, let me be sure that it's not from my end. If you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. You can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. All right, so a lot of people can see my screen. So DJ Oractor, you might want to check your network. You might want to check your network. So I have quite a number of projects in my portfolio. So this demonstrates that truly I have worked on solving real world problems before. I'm not just claiming that I have the skills. I have truly solved problems before. Guys, do you agree with me? If you come across this portfolio, will you be confident enough to want to interview me? Would you believe truly that I have worked on real world solutions before? Would you believe me or not? With what I have presented to you, would you believe me or not? Fantastic. So this proves that truly Ayobami Yusuf has worked on projects before. But I want to show you one particular project. Guys, can you see the last project here in my portfolio? Can you see the last project in my portfolio? Can you see the last project in my portfolio? If you can see the last project in my portfolio, give me a thumbs up. This project that is currently on my screen. Fantastic. So this is to tell you that I have stolen your own project. You see the projects that you are going to build in class. Me, I have stolen it already, and I've started using it to get jobs. All right. So if you are still waiting while other people are using the project that you are going to get jobs, you are on a very long thing. I have already included this project in my own portfolio. So it's left for you to get started and also include it in your personal portfolio. So this is what I wanted to show you. So this is what your third week is going to look like. You're going to build that portfolio and also back it up with an AI powered CV that gets you ready for the job. And in the fourth week, we are then going to focus on your personal brand visibility and optimization. Not only are we going to help you create and optimize LinkedIn, we are going to help guide you on how to use that LinkedIn to attract recruiters. And also in the fourth week, we are going to give you access to global mentors. If you remember, you also need access to mentors, people that will guide you. And we have partnered with some global professionals. One is a Nigerian, is a big data specialist working in the United States. He works for a US-based company. The second is a Canadian data analyst working in Canada. These people have partnered with us to mentor and guide every participant in the program. So this is what you are going to get in this 4-week intensive training. But not just that. We're also going to give you a bonus And the bonus is so that your portfolio is compelling enough. So in this bonus, you are going to get access to 200 plus projects. All right. You're going to get access to over 200 projects that you can add to your portfolio. All right. That you can add to your portfolio. And the projects will look something like this. So these are the kind of stunning, beautiful projects that you are going to add to your portfolio. Guys, if you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. If my volume is okay, my volume is okay. No issue with my volume, no issue with my network. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Right. So you're going to get access to this 200 plus project so that you can add to your portfolio. So this is what you're going to get access to in this 4-week intensive program that gives you everything that you need to be able to land a job. And these are the kind of opportunities that our students got access to that help them land the job that they currently do. Ugochi here has also walked this journey with us. All right. She was out of the corporate space for a while. She needed to, you know, she needed to stay back because she became a mom. And after a little while, she wanted to get back to the corporate space. She knew that she could not go back to start from scratch. She needed to do something better because now there's a small baby to consider. She could definitely not be, jumping bus facing Lagos traffic with a little child. So she thought to herself, maybe now is the time to get into tech and start working remotely. And that was what Ugochi did. Ugochi signed up for our program in February 2025. And in June 2025, barely 3 months, Ugochi was able to land a job as a business analyst, following everything that we taught her. She applied everything, followed our instructions back to back. All right. So long you give yourself to learning, you learn like your life depends on it, and you follow our instructions back to back. The same way Esther followed, Ugochi followed, and they were able to land a job barely 3-4 months after they signed up. You also will be able to land a job. And not just Esther and Ugochi, we have quite a number of other people. We have Grace here. This is Udwa Grace Basi, who currently works with Sparkle Nigeria remotely as an application support engineer after passing through our data analytics program here at NIGERIAN Analytics. She used to be a computer operator at an insurance company, but I mean, what could she do with a computer operator salary? It was barely enough to survive. In fact, it was barely enough to survive, such that Ugochi even borrowed money to pay for the program that she got into, and she was able to even pay back uh, conveniently because she had empowered herself. The same thing with Lebura. Lebura joined our program and then she worked on projects, just like we told her. So, guys, you will work, you will put in the work, learn, use your facilitators, your instructors, listen to their guide, and you are positioning yourself for the job. That was what Lebura did. She worked on a particular project. She worked on a particular project and she posted that project on LinkedIn. And that's talking about personal brand visibility. And when she posted her project, one recruiter saw the project and fell in love with the project, reached out to Lebura and asked if she was available to join them in their team for a project they were working on so that she gets onboarded as their data analyst. And she said, yeah, why not? I'm happy to resume with you guys. And that was how Lebura was able to get her first job as a data analyst via LinkedIn. If she had not followed the instruction that we gave her, imagine that she just built that dashboard and she kept it on her computer, she would not have gotten that job. And she used to be a mathematics teacher, so you can see how she transitioned from being a mathematics teacher to landing her first job in tech because she gave herself to learning, did everything that we told her to do, and she saw the result for it. We have quite a number of other people. This is Ellen Okai. Ellen Okai used to, she used to work as an administrative officer as a graduate of the biology. I think she was a biology graduate. She has a biology degree from a university, and she was working as an admin, as an administrative associate. But she decided it was time to do more. All right. She signed up for the program, did everything we asked her to do. And months after, she currently works now as a marketing data analyst. All right. So these are people who came from non-tech backgrounds to land tech roles by positioning themselves, by empowering themselves. So we have quite a number of other people, but I'm sure that you are not even so much interested to listen to other people's story, but how you can be one of these people. Am I speaking your mind, guys? Am I speaking your mind? Give me a thumbs up if I'm speaking your mind. If I'm speaking your mind, give me a thumbs up. You want to hear how you can also get into the program, learn and empower yourself, get access to these mentors, build a portfolio, and start positioning yourself for the job. This is Oluwaseun, all right? Oluwaseun used to work as a risk officer in a microfinance bank. He wanted more, and then he joined our program. And currently, Oluwaseun works as a business analyst at Your Innovations Club. There are a ton of people I can share that story, but that is really not what you want to hear. I'm very sure. So let's talk about how you can join our program by on the 6th of September. So the next course is starting on the 6th of September. So in this point of the session, I only want to focus on a few people that are ready to turn their lives around. Now, from this point of the session is not for everybody. Only a few selected people who are ready to turn their lives around, ready to join the course starting on the 6th of September, get the skill, listen to our instruction, build projects, put it on their portfolio, optimize their LinkedIn, post their projects on LinkedIn, and start attracting recruiters. So these are the people that I want to focus on going forward in this session. So if you are one of those people, give me a thumbs up. If you're one of those people, so that I can draw attention to you. If you're one of those people, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're one of those people. All right, fantastic. So let's talk about how you can join the September 6th program. Now, for the September 6th program, the program is starting on the 6th of September. It's a 1 month journey. In fact, let me rephrase. It's a 1 month intensive journey that is going to take place virtually, 100% online, from the comfort of your home with so much flexibility. Classes hold on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You are going to meet with your instructors. All right, you're going to meet with your instructors, and you see those amazing dashboards, those projects that I showed you when we started. You are going to be building it live in class with your instructors, and then you get to ask questions. You get to interact with your instructors and your classmates to build those fantastic projects. So classes will hold on Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. But then ahead of those classes, every Sundays, the first 2 Sundays in the month, we will share some preparatory videos with you. Those videos are to prepare you for the journey that you're going to get into on Saturday. All right. So on Saturday, you get to build a live project with your instructor. But then from Saturday, on Sundays rather, you get some videos that will prepare you ahead of that class. So that is the structure of the program. And for the program, the standard fee is 80,000 naira. All right, that is the standard fee for the program. So if you're joining the program, you are paying 80,000 naira for the program. But if you are on this call, right, if you can hear me loud and clear right now, you are not paying 80,000 naira, right? If you can hear me loud and clear right now, you are not paying 80,000 naira, because I'm going to give you a 50% discount that you can take advantage of on this call. All right, I'm going to give you a 50% discount that you can grab on this call. So if you want to grab that discount on this call, you only get to pay 40,000 naira. All right, so the standard fee is 80,000 naira, but for people who don't want to pay 80,000 naira, they want to get discounted. You have this call to take advantage of the discount. You'll be paying 40,000 naira to get access to everything that I've mentioned. All right. So if you're taking advantage of that discount or you want to get started with the program, all you need to do is make a direct transfer to our Kuda Microfinance Bank 3002 648016. You can see it on your screen. If you're taking advantage of the discount right here, right now, make a direct transfer to that account, or you can also pay to our pay stack. All right. You can also pay via our pay stack if you want a more convenient option. And then once you are done making the payment, that is for people that want to secure the discounts. All right. If you're securing the discounts, secure the discounts tonight. All right. And then go and rest and prepare for class on that is starting on the 6th. But in fact, for people that are securing the discounts tonight, if you're securing the discount tonight, I want to empower you for more. Apart from the projects that you are going to build in class, and also the 200 plus projects you are going to have access to, I would also personally add one more project that I will personally guide you to build. It's going to be a Power BI project, so that you don't just have Excel only in your portfolio. You also have a Power BI project in your portfolio for free. All right. You're not paying extra. All right. I will personally guide you on building that Power BI project to those who are securing their discount tonight. So once you are done making payments, send a DM to me personally, all right, so that I can guide you through the next step. So this is my number. You can find it on your screen: 07065782532. Or you can also send it to our official WhatsApp. This is 07015647028. All right. So if you're making payment tonight to secure your discount, you can do so right now, and then we'll guide you through the next step. So people securing their discount tonight, you're gaining access to the discount automatically. But if you say, you know what, I want to wait till later, that is also fine. Just know that you would be paying 80,000 naira if you don't secure the discount tonight. But if you don't want to pay 80,000 naira, you can secure the 50% discount tonight. So do that right now and send me a proof of payment, or send it to our official WhatsApp. We'll guide you through the next step. We'll send you the enrollment form, and then you fill out the form and you are officially welcome to the program. So if you're securing discounts, do so and let me know while the call is still on. And this is where I allow you to ask me questions. So if you have any question regarding the program, regarding payments, anything whatsoever, you can ask me your question right now. So all you need to do is just raise your hand. All right. Use the raise hand icon. If you use this icon, once I see that icon, I'm going to assume that you have a question for me, and then I will call your name. And once I call your name, just unmute and ask me your question. But please, if I don't call you, please don't unmute, so that the session is not rowdy, all right, so that we can maintain decorum. So if you're paying or you are asking a question, please let me know. So the floor is yours. You have a question, raise your hand. I will call you up. You get to ask your question. All right. So who has a question for me? I'm seeing I'm seeing somebody's hands up, but I'm not sure who that person is. I'm seeing somebody's hand up, but I'm not sure. So if you know your hand is raised and you want to ask a question, you can give me a thumbs up. All right. You can give me a thumbs up. You have a question. I really cannot see your name. So who is getting into class? Let's change your story. Let's equip you with the knowledge and the skills and start your journey in tech with just 40,000 naira. You've seen the amazing projects you're going to build. You've seen every other thing you would have access to. This is your best shot. All right. This is your best shot at getting into tech. This is your best shot at getting into tech. All right. So any question for me? If you have made payments, Type done in the chat, or you can also send me the proof of payments. You can also send me the proof of payment. If you've made payment, if you have secured your discount, or you want to pay later, but you want to pay 80,000 naira, that's also fine. Let me also know. But if you have any question, maybe you need support in any area, you want to ask some questions regarding payment, you can also raise your hand, ask your question, and I will provide answers to it. So, who is asking me the question? I can still see a number of people on the call. So the fact that you're on the call means that you need this. All right. If you're still waiting on the call, it means that somehow you know this is for you. So my question for you will now be, why are you not taking advantage of this? Why are you not taking advantage of this? You can see we're about nine thereabouts on the call. So for these nine people, is there a reason why are we not taking advantage of this opportunity right now? Maybe I can have a guide that would help you. Why are we not taking advantage? If you're making payments, also let me know so that I can guide you through the next steps. Anybody? If there are no questions, no, if you don't need any other thing, this is where we are going to draw the curtain on the session tonight. But I'm still here in case you have a question to ask me. So I would leave the floor open to you guys. All right, that is James Joseph. Please unmute and ask me your question.
Okay, if what if you're not having the money currently and maybe next week?
Yes, you can pay anytime you like before the program starts, but only be aware that you have automatically lost the discount because I'm making the discount available to people who are on this call right now. All right. But what I can do for you, all right, if
Okay.
you if you want to still gain access to the discount, what I can do for you is this. You can make
Mm,
half of that discounted fee tonight. You can pay half of that tonight, all right, with
sorry,
an understanding and a
your network is
commitment
still
that,
small.
okay, can you hear me now? Am I audible now?
Your
Can you
network
hear
is
me,
still little.
Joseph? Okay, is it my guys? If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. If from your end you can hear me very well,
What do we do with
please give
this
me a thumbs
network
up.
now?
Okay, so that might be your network, James. That might be your network. So,
Or is it mine? I
um,
don't know.
if you- okay. So what I'm saying, you can just mute, and maybe by the time I'm done saying everything I want to say, by the time it gets to you, you'll get it comprehensively. All right. So what I can do for you tonight is you can pay half of the discounted fee tonight, but you need to secure the discount tonight. You can either pay the entire 40,000 naira tonight or make a commitment out of that 40,000 naira by paying half of it. But if you don't pay, or if you don't pay for the program tonight, you have automatically lost access to the discount. And we don't want that to happen to you. So any of the options available that you think is convenient for you, please leverage them and let me know. All right.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I see a comment in the chat. I see a question in the chat. I will make payment sometime this night. Is it good? So this is Olumide. Hi Olumide, can you hear me? You can just give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? All right. So is there a reason why you can't do that while the call is on so that I enroll you immediately? Are you expecting some money to come in the next 1 minute or in the next 10 minutes after the call ends? What is going to happen then that is not currently happening now? All right. So what you can do is send me a DM. All right. Olumide, send me a DM on the number you can find on your screen: 07065782532. 07065782532. All right. You can send me a DM and then I will follow up on you. I'll follow up with you that rather. If that's fine with you, please give me a thumbs up. If you're sending me a message, please give me a thumbs up. All right, fantastic. So, any other person, or we shut down the session. In the next 4 minutes, we have just 4 minutes till we end the session. All right, we have just 4 minutes till we end the session. We have just 4 minutes till we end the session. Any other person, any other person. All right, guys. So apparently we are all sorted. So this is where we are going to draw the curtain on tonight's session. Thank you very much for joining. I look forward to seeing you in class. If you have not secured your discount, the payment details are still in the chat. Leverage it and secure your discount. Good night, everybody.